With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, trackside, once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Turn 5 Motorsports Beef Jerky Unlimited RexingCompanies Tuesday Night Series fires off once again. Back in the stadium trucks, the Pro 4s on tap tonight from Park River International Raceway. We've got heat racing coming at you. Following qualifying, then our 10-lap main event. The feature going to be fire here tonight. New update, same skills. Which one of these drivers is going to put a hurting on the field and walk away? With the checkered flag here tonight, 1.3 miles around this track for drivers to navigate their way through really a course with a lot of character, a lot of moisture out there, a lot of little dips, a lot of banking and berms to try to run those right rears up on the corner and get a little bit of a run off. We'll see which one of these drivers is able to put and at the top of the speed charts here in qualifying. Just about 2 minutes rolling off of the qualifying stopwatch. So as we get set to head trackside, we'll drop that race information out of the way. Things looking nice and good here for some great racing action from Park River. How you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, let's see what that timing scoring looks like here in your qualifying session. And it looks like Sheldon Fiddick and Robert D both going to have a little bit of overlapping time right here. So we'll see if the production crew can't get that fixed up, worked out for you. And it looks like Sheldon Fiddick will go on top of the speed charts. Quick time here in qualifying belongs to the Beef Jerky Unlimited Rexing Companies 41 of Sheldon Fiddick, a 113. Oh, and he's going to go even quicker here, turning in that second lap now, a 112.83. Robert D right there on his heels. Bender with a good qualifying effort. How about Tommy D? A little bit off pace, but in these newer trucks, new updates coming out on iRacing here today, so drivers having to get reacclimated to the cars and the tracks. A lot of new features. Bells and whistles coming at you here tonight from Bark River, and we've got ourselves about 90 seconds remaining here in qualifying, and it appears to be just a handful of drivers laying down those time laps, so we'll get rid of the qualifying information. Sheldon Fiddick still sitting top of the speed charts. Robert E. and Bender, the only other two drivers to turn in a qualifying lap. Andy, Chad Rinselman, Tommy D, James Schultz here tonight, as well as Ethan Wilson. Newcomer debut night here at the Pro 4 Stadium Trucks. Danny Rude coming out in that 037. We're going to keep our eye on the Green Bandit here tonight. Danny Rude will make his start for the first time here with the Turn 5 Motorsports Beef Jerky Unlimited Racing Companies Tuesday night series. Bender going to go second with his time lap. Robert D going to fall back to third. Tommy D up to fourth with Ethan Wilson cracking the top five. Less than 45 seconds remaining before we'll head trackside for heat racing action. We're going to have a fast-paced night coming at you before we get ready for tonight's feature event, the main event. 10 laps around this 1.3-mile track. And I'm interested here, race fans. I want to know how this track is going to change. There is some moisture spots out there, so if you can run through those, you're going to be able to keep a little bit more tire life in the truck. We'll see if those moisture spots get dried up through the course of tonight's running. We'll see how it all goes, how it all pans out and plays out, and just like that, qualifying over heat race number 1 coming at you this time around. So as drivers make their way to the starting grid, we'll jump a little closer to the track. See a handful of drivers getting ready for heat race number 1 right here from Bark River. There you can see the number 9 of Robert D. He'll start inside of row number 1. Sheldon Fiddick, your pole sitter, will start heat race number 1 from the front of the field. Robert D. right there in second. Ethan Wilson, Andy, and Danny Rude round out your 5-car field. 8 laps of heat racing action coming at you here for heat race number 1, and then we're going to jump right into heat race number 2. Going to be some fast action here tonight. I can guarantee you that pace truck going to roll off, so we'll get ready to fire things off here from Bark River. And right here, that section of track right there, the whoops, I believe that's going to be one of the tremble points here tonight. We're going to keep our eye on that section of track as the pace truck dunks off. We'll get ready to fire things off. And away we go. Up over the hill, round the corner, and we'll set these trucks up for heat race number 1. Fiddick hugging that inside through the final corner here. We're going to get ready for green flag racing. Yep. And green flag flies for the first time here tonight at Bark River for heat race number 1. Fitting gonna nail the loud pedal and begin to step away. Whoa, a little bit of trouble there for Andy. The 34 gonna catch a little bit of the wall here. Everybody stepping away. Looks like trouble on the track for Danny Rude. Rude not able to make the start of heat race number 1, so he'll finish in that 5th position. Heat race number 1 is setting the outside row for tonight's feature event. The 10 lap feature event coming at you right after 2 heat races and a little bit of shakedown for these machines. Fittig able to navigate the whoops pretty well here. Let's see how Wilson and Andy go about it. They look like they're nice and smooth through that whoop section, so looks like possibly proving me wrong a little bit early here tonight. Hot on the throttle. A lot of wheel as Wilson takes that 3rd position. Holds it down securely. Bomb tube right here trying to catch up to Fittig, but Fittig for now in his own zone. Stepping away, 1.5 second advantage as we come across the final few corners. We'll end lap number 1 here at Bark River. The gaps, the distances already beginning to build and show. Sheldon Fittig out front is showing the way. Let's go on board if we can. Let's get a little ride along here. You can see what these drivers are dealing with. See how busy the hands are behind the wheel. You can hear Fittig really working the throttle. And yeah, you know, for those TV fans paying attention to everything, that gear race. That's right, the R gear. He's in the race gear. No, just kidding. I believe it is a 6-gear truck. We're just unable to really bring you that information. Don't want to give out any secrets here, so we'll jump back inside the visor with a personal look at what Fittig sees. Also, Ethan Wilson in the 49 machine with one of our onboard cameras here tonight. Rock screen helps keep those big clods out of your face, but you're still going to get a little bit on your visor and have to clean that out through the course of tonight's runs. With just 3 laps remaining here in heat race number 1, Sheldon Fittig going to lay down the fast time, a 1:13.95. Now the quickest time here in heat race number 1. So we'll jump back out of the car and back around the track. Let's take a look here with this 41 showing the way front of the field. 2.8 second advantage as Fittig looks to walk away with a clean win here in heat race number 1. Robert D right there in second. Ethan Wilson back in 3rd. Andy in the 34 machine since in 4th. And Danny Rude able to get himself out on track, but listed multiple laps down here already, so Rude just getting a little bit of seat time behind the wheel of his Stadium Pro 4 machine. And Sheldon Fittig seems like a man at home here tonight. Looks very smooth in the truck. Out to almost a 4-second advantage now. Robert E sitting in second. Nice, clean, and clear in that second position. Ethan Wilson back in 3rd. Andy remains in 4th. Danny Rude going to round out 5-car field here in heat race number 1. Fittig will bring us across the stripe with just 1 lap to go here in heat race number 1. All but in the bag. Few more corners, and Fittig can breathe a little easy for tonight's feature event. And there it is. White flag flies. Final lap here from Bark River as Fitty gonna glide up and over the hill, up through the whoops. Looks nice and clean on the tabletop corner. And I'm telling you, that RexingCompanies 41 looking very smooth, very good. Doesn't look like any of the updated handling or throttle inputs playing much chaos or havoc on Fittick here. He looks like he may have found a little bit of rhythm. Found that sweet spot, going to navigate through those whoops without any sort of problem. Coming through the back side of the track now. Fittick going to sling the trunk sideways. Head off into the sunset. Almost a 5-second advantage here in heat race number 1. Clean cut heat race winner. The RexingCompanies Beef Jerky Unlimited 41 of Sheldon Fittick will indeed take the checkered flag, and that's going to do it for heat race number 1. We're going to have fast-paced action to get set for heat race number 2 here in just a few short moments. Across the line, let's make it official, and Fittick is your Heat 1 winner. A great run here in heat race number 1 for Sheldon Fittick. He'll walk away with the top spot. Robert E. in second. Ethan Wilson get a slide home in third. But Andy taking home fourth. A little bit of trouble for Danny Rude, the newcomer here tonight. Got out to a late start, had a little bit of trouble, and found himself back onto pit lane. So just like that, back onto pit road goes Robert D. Sheldon Fittick going to remain on his cool-down laps as drivers begin to make their way to the track for heat race number 2. And as we overlook the starting lineup here in heat race number 2, looks like we left the transponder on our machine out there. We got to get out in happy hour and hot laps and cut a few laps with these drivers, and I tell you what, it was an absolute handful for me behind the wheels. So I'm pretty glad we're not going to be out there on track embarrassing ourselves. These drivers right here, these guys, just reacclimating themselves to the trucks, to the track, and able to walk away with some really, really fast laps and some really fast pace. So just a handful of drivers in heat race number 2. Tommy D, Binder, and James Schultz will be the 3 trucks here in heat race number 2. Unfortunately, I am not out there on the track, or I should say fortunately. I mean, if we were looking for a blooper reel, that's where you would go for that one, is that 932 machine. But fortunately enough, I don't get to make a fool of myself just yet. We'll hold off until next week's All-Star event. Got some information coming up about that. So as drivers bring themselves around the track and get ready to fire it off, under green flag conditions, Bender will bring the field to the green flag with Tommy D in the 86 machine right behind him. James Schultz in the 420. We'll start from that 3rd position, and here we go. We're going to get ready to set sail. This time by 8 laps of heat racing action coming at you live right here from Bark River. You're watching the Beef Jerky Unlimited RexingCompanies Tuesday Night Series. And through the final corner, across the line, green flag flies for the first time here in heat race number 2. All 3 truck drivers all over each other. Schultz looking to dig on the inside. He's going to grab a position from Tommy D. Tommy going to start from second with all from third. Good run here from that 420. Going to run a little bit wide here in that corner, and that's going to give Tommy D an opportunity on the inside with that Beef Jerky Unlimited to grab that second spot away. James Schultz going to slide through the corner and fall back to third. Oh, and the 109 of Bender going to case it on the outside wall. He's going to give up not just the top spot, but he's going to give up the second and fall back to third. Early trouble here on lap number 1 for the MPI. Pro 4 Stadium truck driven by Bender. Tommy D going to make up a position, grab the spot from James Schultz. Now Tommy looking to step away. 2.5 second advantage for Tommy at the front of the field. A little bit of a struggle now for that 420 machine. It looks like he may be missing a left front fender. Yes, indeed. Missing a piece of sheet metal is that 420 of James Schultz. One lap behind us and 4 in front. Tommy D starting to step away with that Beef Jerky Unlimited 86 Pro 4 Stadium truck. Big jump here. That's going to be one of the jumps that these drivers are going to have to watch the landing. You don't want to case the front end and put a hole in the bottom of the oil pan. So we'll see who's able to keep their engines running strong all night long. Who ends up having a little bit of trouble in our feature event. 10 laps coming at you here in just a handful of moments. And then I'm telling you, these machines right here, absolutely. The torque, the power that these machines have can catch you off guard if you're not careful. I know we jumped back behind the wheel and it was quite a I don't want to say it was a surprise. Let's not beat around the bush and all. It was a pleasant surprise to realize just how much harder they have made these machines to drive. These 24 stadium trucks used to have a little more forgiveness than what maybe they've got now. Drivers having to deal with the steering columns, set themselves up with a little bit of offset and different steering ratios to battle the new updates. But doing well here tonight. Tommy D get across the tabletop, come down through the course. Running well in front of the field, 3-second advantage over Bender. James Schultz another 7 seconds back. Across the line, 2 laps remaining now from Bark River here in heat race number 2. And the man that's used to getting the machines to go fast in a straight line, getting his truck to go fast all over the place. I don't think there's a straight line one here at Bark River. I mean, the little tiny small straightaways, but nothing to really boast or brag about there. You can see navigating the corner very well. Got to get the front end to settle. Back over the hill, going to catch some massive air. Tommy D continuing to show the way. 3.2 second advantage for Tommy. Bender right there sitting in second. James Schultz still back in third. So as we get ready to close the chapter on heat racing here tonight from Bark River, do you want to remember to give a big shout out to Title and Series sponsor Beef Jerky Unlimited. You can find them at beefjerkyunlimited.com. Use turn 5 for your discount code. Get a little percentage off at checkout. We'll cross the line. White flag will fly. Final lap here in race number 2 as Tommy D continues to show the way. And what a way to show out for the sponsors on the front and the side. That 86 machine, Beef Jerky Unlimited. Some of the best beef jerky you will find around the country. Made right here in the U.S., up in Michigan. Michigan grown, handled with pride and care. They've got a flavor for every palate, whether you like the heat or you like the sweet. They've got it all, from turkey jerky, chicken jerky. Of course, they've got that beef jerky as well. Check them all out at beefjerkyunlimited.com. Also, a big shout out to RexingCompanies and each one of their subsidiary companies: JR Expedited Freighting, PFL Logistics, and Evansville Cold Storage. As Tommy D going to come around the final few corners here, he's going to cross the line. Checkered flag being shown by the boss man in the flag stand, and heat race number 2 will come to a close. Across the line, and there it is. Heat race number 2, winner Tommy D going to come across the hill sideways, and he's going to get ready for tonight's racing action. There we can see the 420 of James Schultz coming across the final few corners. He'll end his heat race back in the 3rd position, and we're going to get set up and ready to go into our little warm-up, shakedown for the drivers to get the cars and machines all hooked up and are ready for tonight's feature event. So with that being said, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, pay a few bills, then head trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Head back trackside here at Bark River as drivers have made their way to the starting grid. We're going to get ready to fire things off for our feature event, 10 laps of racing here at Bark River. As the music begins to play in the background, you know the sound, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting inside row number 1, your pole sitter tonight, the 41 of Sheldon Fiddick. Tommy D walking away with a heat race win. In heat race number 2, he'll start at outside pole position. Robert D. Bender back in row 2. Ethan Wilson and James Schultz back in row 3 here tonight. Andy and James Schultz there with each other 6-7 on the track. Looks like Winston and Rudo able to make the start here tonight. The transponder still picking up from our machine, so we do apologize about that. But as the pace truck's off, drivers getting ready to fire off here from Bark River. We'll get ready to go as the music fades away. We'll get set. Tonight's 10-lap feature event. Around the final corner and on the gas. Green flag flies. Everybody up over the hill. Bomb dude with a little bit of trouble. Robert D going to get straightened out by another driver. Bender going to help that 9 machine get himself straight. Tommy D into second. Bender up to third. Robert D going to drop for 1 position. The 9 machine will drop from third back to fourth. Ethan Wilson in a solid top 5 position. There's James Schultz and Andy. Fitting unable to step away. The manner that he, whoa, little bit of trouble this time. In the 86 of Tommy D going to have some trouble through those whoops. Bomb dude also having some issues through the whoops. They're going to come together, run a little bit wide, keep themselves out of the Jersey barrier. Up over the hill as Fittig starts to walk away. Bender going to take that second position, capitalize on a little bit of trouble here. A little beating banging going on between Ethan Wilson and Tommy D. The 86 Beef Jerky Unlimited RexingCompanies machine started from second, has dropped 2 spots, now back to fourth. As we come to the completion of lap number 1, we'll drop that Tommy's one over there to the left-hand side of the screen. As Sheldon Fitty continues to show the way, Bender in a solid second position, Robert D sitting in third. Tommy D starting to press him just a little bit, starting to reel him in. We're going to take a look here off of the tail end. Let's go off of the backside of that number 9 machine. Just look at the air these trucks are grabbing up over these jumps, man. Absolutely phenomenal to watch these things get around the track. Robert E with a little bit of a moment here. We'll go take a look at the man putting in work behind the wheel. Very busy inside of that number 9 Ace Shock. We're now racers. Number 9 machine will jump back outside of the truck once again and back around the track. Oh, we got a rollover. Tommy D with a rollover. He's going to get the truck back on all 4 wheels. Get it slung around and pointed in the right direction here, but Tommy D struggling after a rollover early here at Bark River. He's going to have a lot of ground and a lot of time to move up and see how far he can dig his way out of this hole while at the front. Building the gap, building that race lead is the 41 of Sheldon Fittick, starting to walk away. 1.2 second advantage over Bender. Robert D in a solid third position. Seen about 5 seconds off of your race leader. Make that 6. 5 seconds off of Bender here. Ethan Wilson 1.5 off of Robert D. So the battle for the final podium position may be underway here in about another lap or two, as 8 laps remain here in your feature event. Fittick just seems like he knows where to place the truck. Setting the front end of the truck up before he gets to that next corner. Even over these jumps, there you can see him pointed to the left-hand side just a little bit before he even reached the jump and allowed the truck to react the way that he wanted it to. Straight over the start finish line. 7 laps remain here from Bark River. As we continue around the track, we'll jump around just a little bit. Tommy D digging right now, trying to gain some ground on Andy. You can see the 34 Pro 4 Stadium machine just off in the distance. 1.8 seconds for Tommy to make up to grab that spot. Already cutting into that lead, now down to just 1 second. So there is definitely some speed behind that 86 Beef Jerky Unlimited Real Optics Pro 4 Stadium machine to look for Tommy D to be there here in another corner or so, and he is already there. Already there, already digging for position. Tommy D going to look to the inside on that corner, set himself up through the whoops. Little bit of a rough go there on that last little bit of the whoop section. Got it close through that left-hander, man. Great racing action between these two Pro 4 Stadium truck drivers. As we're going to head back around the track just a little bit. Let's see if we can't highlight and spotlight a handful of these drivers. We are down to 6 laps remaining. Front of the field, man showing the way, walk away with a win in heat race number 1. The man had a Killdeer, Sheldon Fittick, with the Evansville Cold Storage Pole Award. Walking away with the PFL Logistics Heat Race number 1 win. Showing the way, 3.6 second advantage now for Fittick out front. Much better feature event than his heat race. Bender bumped 2 positions from where he started tonight's 10 lap A main. Running well on that MPI Pro 4 machine. Bender sits in a solid 2nd position in Robert E, the Kentucky native, getting the job done here. Holden served right where he started tonight's A main from, but still running well. Has himself a little bit of a gap behind him as Ethan Wilson in the 49 machine. There you can see him in the worn out racers. A Shock Pro 4 Stadium truck sits in that 4th position. A little bit of ground to make up to grab a podium here tonight, but he's got a comfortable, sizable advantage over the man running in 5th, rounding out your top 5 at the Beef Jerky Unlimited. RexingCompanies, RealOptics.com. 86 machine coming in. Will cross the line with 5 laps to go, running in 5th. James Schultz and Andy going to round out the running order for now as we continue this green flag run here at Bark River. Back at the front with your race leader, Sheldon Fittick, man, unrelentless at the front. Just fast time after fast time. Last time around, almost 7/10 faster than his fastest competitor. Fittig going to run a 1:13.04 here, deep into the feature event. This 10-lap A main. And Fittig showing speed halfway through, setting the trunk up here through the final few corners. We'll cross the line with just 4 to go this time by. So we mentioned in heat racing action that we have some information coming up about your all-star event next week, and here you go. It's going to come right at you. They've convinced and signed the contract. They've got David Gabe coming out of the broadcast booth. We've got a Dallara IR-18 suited up with some cameras. We're going to bring you a broadcast from the seat with heat racing action at Indy, followed by an A main event. We're going to see how deep we can take it, how far we can run, and will we be able to make a podium spot. So a little bit different broadcast coming at you for the All-Star event next Tuesday night right here with the Beef Jerky Unlimited. RexingCompanies, RailOptics.com Tuesday night series. We're going to fire it off at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Absolute ball of a race. It is going to be tons of fun. We're going to climb out the booth, get on the track, rub some elbows with these stars in the Tuesday night series, and we'll see if we can put it on them. So to all of the fans out there in the stands, everybody watching around, whether you're joining us over there on the Facebook side of things, maybe you're on Twitch or right here at the home of Turn 3 Racing Network on the YouTube channel, what do you think? Where do you think we can go next week? How do you think we'll do in our heat race? How do you think we'll do in the main event? Do you think David the Cave has got what it takes behind the wheel to get the job done and snatch a podium? I'm going to vote for yes, because it's me. I got to vote for me. If I don't vote for me, who will? Whoever voted for this man behind the wheel of this 41 machine, Sheldon Fittig, they're going to walk away with a little bit of winnings in their pocket, because Fittig has been on fire since unloading and getting I'm going to call it a refill for the trunk. Absolute blazing fast here tonight from Mark Bender with a great run as well. Let's not forget about that MPI 109 machine. Bender on an absolute tear here after some trouble from drivers in front. Bender was able to capitalize, tank the positions, and never look back, building the gap back to Robert Eve to over an 11-second advantage. So Bender absolutely haunted here tonight in that Buckner MPI Stadium truck. Popsicle sticks on display last time around for your race leader, Sheldon Fittig. And we're going to jump back a little bit further in the field. What do you say we go back here with Tommy D as he's continuing to try to run down Ethan Wilson, who's starting to reel in the number 9 of Robert D. There you can see these are your closest two trunks on track. Will that 49 be able to get up there and steal the show? We don't know if he'll steal the show, but almost throwing this thing away front of the field. Sheldon Fittig going to have a bit of a moment. Give up at least a second and a half of that 3+ second advantage as we head into the final few corners here. We'll cross the line this time around, and the white flag flies. Final lap here tonight from Bark River for the Beef Jerky Unlimited. RexingCompanies, RailOptics.com Tuesday night series. These Turn 5 Motorsports drivers, absolutely some of the best in the business, able to navigate their way through 5 different machines, jumping back and forth, not just a few weeks in this one, a few weeks in that one. No, they're mixing it up each and every week in a different machine, rotating through the 5 different vehicles utilized. And how about this right here? Bender on a tear. Bender reeling him in at the front. Oh boy, we've got some action for the race lead. Here comes the 109 to the inside. Looking to grab the top spot for the first time tonight. We can call it new race leader at the front of this field, the 109 of Bender, looking to steal the show. Looking to steal the show and through the final few corners here. Bender's just got to go 2 more corners. He'll come around and look for the checkered flag. Man, oh man, winner, winner, chicken dinner. The 109 of Bender will jump in across the line with the checkered flag in his back pocket. Man, what a finish there. Some trouble on the previous lap for Sheldon Finnick. That closed a big distance, but then Bender seen the opportunity in front of him and went head down, elbows up. Absolutely phenomenal finish there for that 109 to be able to walk away with the race win. My gosh, that was amazing finish. Well worth the wait for that finish right there. Easily, hands down, with the best stadium truck finishes we have seen this season on Tuesday night with the Turn 5 Motorsports drivers. Absolutely phenomenal job. As you see guys rolling slow, giving them a little bit of love here. Bender walking away with the checkered flag. Man, you can't ask for much better than that. What a run, what a night, what a race. As your podium driver is going to stop here for a photo opportunity. We're going to get ready to head trackside for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And we come back live trackside at the conclusion of tonight's feature event, the 10-lap A main here from Bark River. And what a run, what a race, what a night, what a finish. And we're going to dive right into things. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the man that walked away in the final podium spot. Going to finish in third here tonight from Bark River. Bomb dude, you got a copy?
Dave, I do.
Hey man, how you doing? Been a minute, like a week, right?
Yeah, about that. Well, I didn't last too long last week, so yeah.
Well, a much better finish for you here tonight. Let's get right to it, though. Uh, with the update coming out, a little bit of a topic through tonight's broadcast. How much different was it behind the wheel for you tonight here at Bark River?
Well, I'll tell you what, Dave, I saw a huge difference as soon as I came in here and started practicing because I was running the official practices during the week and I shaved off almost 3 seconds from the official practice. And the steering was more responsive. You know, you could control the truck better than you could in the past. But you could dang sure tell there was tire wear now, which I knew the new update was going to put some tire wear on the dirt cars.
Well, the damage model being a little bit different now as well, I believe, in these Pro 4 stadium truck machines. Was that ever an issue, worry, or concern for you and your crew here tonight?
Well, it was. Sheldon said forgot to turn damage off, so I was trying to keep my P's and Q's, but I know I got some damage, and that hindered me there throughout the race. So I could tell the big difference with the new damage model.
Well, Bomb Dude, a heck of a run for you here tonight in the Pro 4 Stadium Truck. We're going to shift gears and look forward to next week, though. We're heading into the All-Star Week, heat racing in the Delaras at Indy, and I'm going to be on track. Are you worried?
I am not worried about you, Dave. I know you can go out there and hold your own.
All right, I'll make sure I don't hit you then.
Yeah, stay away from me, though.
Well, man, again, it's always a pleasure getting to talk to you at the end of these things. A heck of a run for you here tonight. You're going to finish right where you started from, so you held your own out here tonight with all the different things working against not just yourself, but all of the drivers out there tonight. So congratulations on a podium finish here tonight. You know the drill, so we're going to be quiet, and the mic is yours.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, Dave. Of course, we got to thank everybody, yourself at Turn 3 Broadcasting, RexingCompanies and everything they do and coming on board this year. Beef Jerky Unlimited and Tommy D. Hated me and him got together tonight, and I rolled him a little bit there. But it's going to happen in these stadium trucks, I guess, from time to time. And everybody in the league is always, it's a blast. I hate to see the season end here shortly.
Well, Robert, as always, man, it's a pleasure to catch up with you guys in these things. I love the aspect of the way that the Tuesday night series works here with the Turn 5 Motorsports guys. So continue your winning ways. We'll continue to have these conversations, and who knows, maybe next week you can interview me for a podium.
Hey, that sounds like a plan, but that'll be hard to do once you get turned.
Well, I mean, well, okay.
In turn 3.
There you go. If you turn me in turn 3, we won't mind. There you go. How about that?
That's right.
And we're gonna end the night in turn 3. I like it.
There you go. All right, Dave. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Well, stay safe, and as always, keep it fast.
Will do. Thanks, brother.
All right, there you go. Final few parting words for the man on screen. Walking away, blown engine, smoking it all. Robert G will finish tonight's A-Main back in third, and that's going to move us over to this man right here, walking away with the thing at one point in time. Let's see if we can grab a few words with the man that may be a little disappointed, but still a good finish. Sheldon, it's Dave. You got us?
Dave! Long time no talk, my friend.
Right, a long time no talk, and we've got to have a serious talk now. I mean, you were over 3 seconds out front. What happened, man?
This new build is so technical with these trucks. If you miss, I mean, I don't know what I was doing or where my mind was. I screwed up those whoops like 3 laps in a row, and I let Bender get back. I mean, it just takes so much more concentration. I applaud iRacing for the new dirt model and everything they're doing, but it is a lot more challenging to drive these trucks than it used to be. And that was just a pure lack of concentration, and Bender just kept his line and stayed smooth, and he caught me. what can you say, man? You can't mess up when you got talent like this around you.
Absolutely, man. I would second that last statement hands down, no questions asked. I mean, the talent in this field of drivers, not just here tonight, some drivers not here with us here tonight, but all throughout the field to be able to jump in and out of these different machines week in, week out, and still have the performances that they do and perform at the level they do. Absolutely phenomenal. This is some of the best group of race car drivers I've seen across the board, and that's not just buttering you up for this little bit of a, well, I'll call it a little bit of an insult, but do you wish they had waited for the update until after you were able to walk away with this thing?
Well, personally, yeah, because I was really good in the old build. So all of us in practice were trying to learn the new build and how the car, and I mean, you had to take different lines, and the throttle control is fantastic now with these trucks. And I mean, I love it. It's fantastic. But it definitely adds a different flavor to what we're doing with these trucks on dirt. I can't express to how excited I'm going to be when we get in the 358s here in the next couple of weeks, or 3 weeks, whenever that comes on the schedule. I'm super pumped. Like, you can see the water on the racetrack in the low spots where it's heavier. Like, I am stoked to get in the 358s when they come up here again in the next few weeks.
Yeah, the new dirt model definitely going to have an impact on those 358 machines. Can't wait to see how that racing action goes. But we're going to shift gears for a real quick second. I'm looking forward to next week. I get to hit the track with you guys at Indy and try to put a whooping on you. So we're going to put a bounty out here. If I beat you, what do I win? Do I win anything?
Well, what do you want? You want some jerky?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I was just throwing one out there, seeing what I could get.
I mean, Dave, you know I know a jerky guy, and lucky for me, Tommy D and Beef Jerky Unlimited, he does me right many times. He sponsors me in a lot of things I do. If you beat me, Dave, I'm gonna send you some jerky out of my. I'm gonna send you some jerky. So I think that's the best way to send you. Have you tried the spicy garlic pork yet?
That sounds delicious, but no, I have not. I haven't had that one or the new. There's what, that new Manganero, huh?
Oh my god! So my last order, I ordered the spicy garlic chicken or spicy garlic pork and the Manganero chicken. Okay, the spicy garlic pork is phenomenal. Like, it is. I mean, you have cherry maple beef is like the goat. It is so good, it's the goat. The spicy garlic pork is like it's not super hot. It just has a little spice, and it's like almost like bacon jerky. Oh my god, it's fantastic. Like right now, like it took over the #2 spot firmly, right behind the cherry maple beef. Like, those are my favorite. The Manganero chicken, you better have your big boy pants on, because that sucker is warm. Like, I have one of those, and I'm a spice guy, and that one warmed my insides.
Well, you got our mouth watering up here in the booth, so I think I'm going to head on over to beefjerkyunlimited.com right after we wrap things up here tonight. But I'd just like to poke a little fun at you, drivers, see if you know how you're feeling about the All-Star Week. No points involved or anything of that nature. So it seems like you're going to be pretty comfortable. We'll see if we can't put it on you, but it's open wheel IndyCar racing. So you never know what'll happen, and hopefully I don't end up in the fence, but if I do, it is what it is. But nonetheless, back on track here. An amazing night for you tonight. Walked away with the Evansville Cold Storage Pole Award. You walked away with the PFL Logistics Heat Race #1 win. You look like you had it sealed, and a couple little mistakes gonna relegate you back to that second position. So before we let you go here tonight, Sheldon, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Absolutely. First, next week, are you going to broadcast your view on Twitch?
Yeah. Next week when we are in the car for the heat race, it'll be my view out for whatever heat race we're not involved with. It'll be just like you normally see, and we'll broadcast from the seat of the pants, trying to give as much information as we can. Going to be a lot of action out there, but we'll give what we can when we can. And if something were to happen to me and I end up out of the race, well, we're just going to switch it off to the good old-fashioned style of broadcasting. So, race fans are going to have a lot to deal with next week.
Okay. So I will have the opposing broadcast on my Twitch. I don't broadcast on Twitch very often, but I am TNB Snaz on Twitch. So all of you watch Dave's stream on Twitch and my stream on Twitch, and you can root for us between the Twitches on who's in the lead, and we'll have a little fun with that. How do you think about that?
I'm game.
Now I'm going to preface with everybody, I race in VR, so it moves around a lot on the screen. So when you switch to my Twitch, you got to be ready for the VR look. You're going to see where my head moves and everything like that. It's cool, but I'm going to give you a trigger warning for your motion sickness if you might not want to stay on my stream very long. But anyways, Dave, thank you very much. Turn 3, you guys do a great job. I really appreciate you guys being here. Tommy D, Beef Jerky Unlimited, supporting all of us iRacers and everything we do here at Turn 5 Motorsports. Fantastic. It's my first time I've taken 4th in almost every race this season. I think I've only not taken 4th now twice. And it's amazing to not be in 4th place, the bridesmaid of the broadcast interviews here. So it's fantastic to be up here. My buddy Dylan, it's my first time I get to prop our new sponsor, Week 11. I know this is not unlike me, but RexingCompanies. My buddy Dylan and what they're doing at RexingCompanies, they're the whole vertical. You need cold storage, trucking, logistics, everything you need. Small business out of Evansville, Indiana. Great family that runs that whole thing. I've been friends with Dylan for 20 years. Dang near 20 years. He does a great job. I mean, they will take care of you if you need trucking, logistics, cold storage in the Midwest. Hit them up, RexingCompanies.com, PFL Logistics, JR's Expediting Trucking, and Evansville Cold Storage. Great group of people over there. You know, everything. Thanks for everybody who's watching it. You know, I greatly appreciate it. Have a good time. And hopefully the next few weeks I'm in this broadcast booth more often and we can talk a little more.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see how it goes at the All-Star event. And then after that, we'll hope to talk to you a couple more times, and who knows? We asked Bomb Dude if I finish in a podium, if he'll interview me next week. So we'll see if we can add another twist into next week's broadcast. So we've got all sorts of stuff coming for the race fans. Sheldon, again, congratulations on all the accomplishments here tonight. Walking away with just your second podium, amazingly this season, but still, nonetheless, man, a great run for you and your crew. Before we let you go, as always, though, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you go. Final words for the man behind the wheel of that 41 machine was looked to be top of the class, but a little bit of mistakes here and there, and he's going to falter in fall to finish in second. And that's going to move us to the man right beside him, making that pass on the last lap, one of the final few corners. Let's see if we can't get a word in or two with tonight's race winner behind the wheel of that MPI 109 machine. Benders, Dave, you got a copy, bud?
I got a copy.
Man, a heck of a run, a heck of a job for you and your crew. A little bit of a mistake by Fiddick, and you jumped right on it and capitalized. Man, how you feeling after this win?
Sweaty.
I like the honesty. I like the honesty.
You know, I do a lot of off-road stuff in real life, so I really enjoy when we get behind the wheel of these trucks. But He was tough, you know. I mean, I tried as hard as I could to just stay with him and hope to God that he was going to make a mistake. And I figured if I put myself in position, then I'd jump on it. So yeah, we went into the left-hander, and he gave me just enough room to squeeze in. I figured he was going to come back and hit me, but he didn't. Raced me clean, and yeah, I was able to get to the finish line first. It was fun, man, but I had to drive a lot of really good laps to get there. So,
Now
but
you
we did
talk
it.
you talk about having to run those really good laps here on the dirt in the Pro 4 machines, but we're going to be switching gears and going back to the Delara IR18s next week for the All-Star event at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Another one of those cars that you got to be pretty precise with. You can't make a lot of contact. What's your thoughts on next week's All-Star event?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. The last IndyCar race that we ran, I had the lead with a few laps to go, and I got too low and crashed, and it was all my fault. And I got out of my simulator, and I've never been so dejected. So I'm looking at redemption, and I really enjoy driving that car. So I think the race is going to be fantastic. Every time we get in it with this group of guys, the races seem to go really, really good. Everybody seems to enjoy it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Bender, congratulations on capitalizing on the opportunity here tonight, walking away with the checkered flag from Bark River. So before we let you go and we keep you any longer, let you go soak in all the champagne down there in Victory Lane, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yeah, I want to thank Sheldon for putting on these events, and I'd like to thank well, Tommy D and his Jerky company. We love it. All the guys enjoy it, and no, that's I just want to thank the guys that put all this stuff together, including you, and doing the announcing. We really appreciate it.
Well, my man, you guys make my job easy by being so talented and so close running with each other, no matter what machines we jump in, whether it's the tour mods, the 358s, the open wheel Delaris, right here in the stadium trucks, the late model machines. I mean, great action all race long. So, congratulations on the checkered flag. And before we let you go, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
All right, thank you, sir.
Well, there you have it. Final few parting words for the man that walks away with the checkered flag in hand here tonight. Walking away with the race win, top spot behind the wheel of that MPI 109. Bender will capture the flag here from Bark River. What a race, what a run, what a night here from Bark River back in the Pro 4 Stadium trucks. Been a little bit of time since we've been behind the wheel of these trucks, and tonight, great racing action all night long throughout the heat races and tonight's A main. We do apologize about the little bit of a hang up right there, a little bit of a coughing smell, so still getting over some of these allergies and sinuses and things of that nature. So we do appreciate you bearing with us through tonight's broadcast, and we hope you join us next week for the All-Star event. Gonna jump out the cave in the production booth and back behind the wheel of an open cockpit, open wheel machine at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That's gonna be a barn burner as well. But it seems like producers hitting those buttons in the background. You know the sounds. You know it's time for us to run down tonight's unofficial race results from Bark River. Walking away with the top spot behind the wheel of that 109 machine. Bender captures the flag. led for most of the night here tonight and walked away with the Evansville Cold Storage Pole Award as well as the PFL Logistics Heat Race number 1 win. Sheldon Finnick will make a mistake late in the race and finish in second. Bond Dude in the number 9, a shock. Worn Out Racers Pro 4 Stadium Truck Robert E. will finish back in third. Ethan Wilson coming home in fourth with Tommy D snatching the PFL Logistics Heat Race number 2 win. Tommy will have a little bit of a trouble, have a rollover, and finish out your top 5. The 420 of James Schultz back in 6th. 7th night belongs to Andy. Danny Brood and Chad Ritzman unable to make the start for tonight's A main event here from Bark River. So that will finish out the field here tonight in the Pro 4 Stadium Trucks. As we've already said and you heard in the post-race interviews, we're going to get ready to go open wheel racing at Indy next Tuesday night. Mark it down on your calendars, or better yet, if you haven't already. Join us in that push to 3,000. Show these drivers some love. Drop them the thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. Without you, there would be no us. So stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.